Did you know there are 231 septillion possible Minecraft firework combinations? That's this number! Seriously, I have been playing Minecraft for 19 years and I still don't know how to make fireworks. Until today. Roll the intro!
Vaud the builder, can we fix it? Vaud the builder, yes we can.
Hi, I'm Vaud, and in this series I build stuff in Minecraft. Today I'm making fireworks, ideal for a New Year's celebration. To the drawing board. To keep it simple, there are 5 steps or options when crafting fireworks. Oh, look at my drawing skills. Beautiful. Number 1, the firework color. So you can choose 1 or more, but up to 8 colors max. You get the dye plus the gunpowder, and then you will get a firework star. Ultra necessary for the recipe. Number 2, you can choose the fade color. Again, 1 or more, maximum 8. This is where you mix your color plus your previously crafted star. Number 3 is the explosion shape. You can only choose 1, unfortunately. If you add nothing, you will have a normal small ball. If you want a large ball, you need to add a fire charge. You get a big explosion. You can also add a gold nugget if you want a star. If you want a creeper face, you can add any mob hit, like that. Drawing skills. Or you can add a feather for a little sparkle effect. Now number 4 is your explosion effect. You can choose 1 or 2 of these effects. This is after the shape. You can have a normal one, do nothing. If you add glow dust, it will have a little bit of a sparkle effect. Click, 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 like that. A flicker. If you add a diamond, you'll have a trail effect. Like that. And the last option is that you can have the last 2 together. Some glow dust and diamond for a combined effect. And number 5 is the shooting power. And in here, according to how much gunpowder you add, you can have a low power, a medium power, and a high power. So 1, 2, or 3 gunpowder respectively. Well, let's go and put it to the test. To the lab. Welcome to my lab. Let me get changed really quick. There we go, ready for some experiments. And as you can see, I have everything ready so we can try some cool fireworks. Let's get ready. And I have everything separated. So the first thing is the color. We have firework color and the fade color. And then we have the explosion shape and the effect. And lastly, the shooting power. Let's begin by the simplest and easiest firework rocket we can make. Alright, so I'm gonna go here with the firework. I'm gonna grab 1 gunpowder and any color, maybe a lime and dye. So we are going to turn this into a firework star. Let's grab that and we are going to turn that into a rocket. And for that we need 1 more gunpowder and paper. Mix everything on the crafting table and we have our firework rocket, our first one. Nice, this is exciting. And now we have 3 options on how to shoot them or launch them in the air. The first one is just aim at the ground and just place them. See, nice green color. The other option is put them inside a dispenser like that and then power it. Beautiful. And then the last option we have is to use a crossbow, ideally with multi-shot, because for 1 rocket that you craft, you shoot 3 rockets. There we go. So what we're going to do is just put these ones that we just crafted into my offhand and hold my crossbow. Sorry, I'm left-handed, so you have to look on the left-hand side. And then load them with the right click. And once they're done, you can shoot them. Yeah, and we have 3 for the price of 1, which is pretty cool. You can shoot mobs and animals and things like that. Pretty cool. That was the easiest firework that we could make. Now we're going to do a firework color with some fade. We're going to repeat the same recipe. We're going to go lime dye right here. We have our firework star and we're going to add the fade. And for that we're going to do maybe purple? Why not? And then place them there and you can see on the description it says fade to purple. We craft that. And last thing, we're just gonna do 1 paper and 1 gunpowder. If you want more power, you need to add 3 gunpowder, but we're just gonna do number ones here. And then we mix all that together, and then we have our new firework rockets, which should go one color first and then fade to another one. Let's try them. Green fading into that purpley magenta. No magenta, purple. Never mind. But it's so pretty how it fades. Look at that. And then changes color. It's so pretty. Now the next one we're going to do the color, the fade, and also an explosion shape. So for that we're going to choose the color first. We're going to go with lime again. It looks quite nice. We're going to choose that explosion shape. If you don't choose anything, it will be just the normal one. Here we have a fire charge for a large ball. So we're going to start with that. So we're going to craft that, put them all together like that. So in this case, it's a large ball that is lime. And then we choose the fade color. We're going to choose purple again. And then we do that for the fade. And lastly, shooting power, turn it into a rocket itself, mix it all together, and then we have it. So in this case, the explosion shape will be a massive ball. Look at that. Much bigger, and the fade still there. That's absolutely beautiful. I love it. So for the shapes, you have fire charges for a large ball, a gold nugget for a star, a creeper hit or any mob hit for the creeper face, and a feather for the sparkle effect. And now we're going to try the explosion effect. So for the same thing, we're going to grab a lime dye and gunpowder, and we're going to grab an explosion effect. If you don't use anything, it will be a normal effect. Glow dust will make a flicker effect, and a diamond a trail. So I'm going to try a diamond in this case. Get them all together. Fade color, again, we're going to use a purple, add it to it. And then the shooting power of 1, mix them together, and then we have these rockets that will have an explosion effect called trail. Here we are, and you can see when they explode they have a little trail. You see, it doesn't just explode, it has that effect going in and then changes color again. Very pretty. And now let's make a very complicated firework. So the first thing we're gonna need is gunpowder and a color, but not just one color. We're going to use green also, cyan, light blue, and blue. We're going to choose an explosion shape. In this case, we're going to do a gold nugget for a star. The explosion effect, we're going to use the glowstone dust and the diamond, so you can have the flicker and the trail. We're going to mix all that and the crafting table. It's getting pretty long. And then we will add the fade color. We're going to do white and gray and black and red and orange and yellow and light gray. Why not? Let's add all those together. And now it's getting pretty long. Look, white, gray, black, anyways, lots. And then we are going to add the shooting power of 1, mix them again, and then we have fancy, absolutely fancy firework rockets. Lots of colors to begin with, lots of colors to fade, 2 explosion effects and 1 explosion shape, and here we are. That's what it looks like. Very colorful, look at that. That's so pretty. So these are all the options we have to make fireworks. So first of all, gunpowder and the base color. Remember, you can choose 1 explosion shape. We're going to use a creeper hit in this case. You can choose 2 explosion effects and you can combine them all. After that, you choose the fade color like that, combine them again. And lastly, you select your shooting power. In this case, I'm going to use 3 gunpowder, and then we're going to place them here. Make sure that the gunpowder is separated so you can see flight duration 3. Here we have our new rockets, our new firework rockets, and they go extremely far. Very pretty. And I'm not going to ask you to subscribe, but don't forget to brush your teeth tonight. I'm talking to you. And up here in this corner, there's another video that I think you should watch next. A big thank you to my patrons down here for their support. And a big thank you to you for watching till the end. And I need to go now, so love you and leave you. Bye bye.